guys, welcome to Vodcast Your Journey with Shruti. This is the first episode of Wellness Series. Starting off strong with a very special guest, Lopa, who's the CEO of World of Wow Fitness. She has an industry experience of 14 years and she has made a positive impact in 11,000 plus clients. And let's find out what she did today to those 11,000 clients of hers to make a positive impact and change their lives. Thank you, Lopa, for taking your time to meet with me today. Kicking off this Vodcast Your Journey with me, with Shruti. And this is very special for me because I value wellness a lot. And starting off with such a successful entrepreneur in wellness, this is such amazing episode.
So firstly, thank you so much, Shruti, for this podcast. It's definitely an opportunity, and I know how important it is to reach more and more people, especially when you are in a service industry. It really matters a lot when you have a way of spreading what you actually do, and and I have been doing this for like so many years. So platforms like this is really helpful. So thank you so much for that. What I do and what I have been doing. So I just give a little brief here. I did a career switch in 2009. I was just doing a regular job. My last job was with Times of India. I was working with Times Jobs for their corporate sales, and I quit my job in 2009. I also had this opportunity to participate in Glad Rags Mrs. India. Before that, I think my life was all about going to work, coming back to my family, and eating a lot of junk, also having a lot of health issues like migraine. And exactly at that time, I also got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I was anyways having hypothyroidism, which I didn't know was Hashimoto back then. And so all these health issues were there. I had put on a lot of weight, and I was really not at all observant towards what I eat. When you're young, you really don't care about all these things. What you only want is that, okay, you just need to fit in right clothes. And unmindfully, I basically thought, okay, let me just go to the gym and start working out. So I used to work out for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours of workout. And I think over a span of 9 months or so, I lost a lot of weight, like more than 10 kgs of weight I lost. I used to live in an apartment in Bangalore. And some of the ladies of that apartment who would meet me in the gym started asking me, can you teach me, whatever you do? And so I have always been a person, I really don't want to do anything for anybody in a half-cooked state. I don't like to do that. So I always like to, get the knowledge, right structure, and only then, start doing things for others. I got myself certified as a group fitness instructor, but then dance and group fitness was something which is not my cup of tea. Within a span of 2 or 3 years, I again got myself certified as an ACE certified personal trainer. ACE is American Council on Exercise. I used to conduct group classes, which was based on, a lot of HIIT. So, right exactly that time, I think I've also got an opportunity to work with Healthify Me, and Healthify Me was also, exactly into the same space back then, where they were actually selling programs online, and I thought this is the right place for me to go and learn. 2017 is when I formed this company, World of Wow Fitness. I had a group of 6 nutritionists, and but I think somewhere I was also getting burnt out a lot because this constant pressure of entrepreneurship is not easy, and I think I somehow feel that I am probably not meant for that, being a hardcore cutthroat entrepreneur. I used to try to eat healthy, but then I used to leave home at 7 in the morning, then would go and work out in the gym, and then eat my breakfast, and then from there I would go to my workplace. And by the time I used to come back home, it used to be like 7:30, and in Bangalore the traffic was so bad that I used to reach home really late, and then by the time I'm home, the only thing that I did was just eat and sleep, so I had no energy in the body. So that continued for a long time. And while all these things happening, I just got to know that my husband got an opportunity to relocate to Singapore, and we gave it a thought, and I was like, okay, I think this is a call for me, so I think I need to take a break. So I winded up my company in India. I really took a lot of care of my own health. I got into a lot of walking groups, and because it was COVID and people just could not go anywhere outside, so I think that was also another opportunity that everybody was looking out for an outlet. So I think walking or doing those kind of group community things became a thing. So with my that small group of walking friends, we made a lot of goals, and I think one of the goal which has been my biggest so far was one lady there. She was turning 50 and she wanted to walk 50 kilometers in one day. And so five of us said yes, we will do it. And each one of us belonged to 5 different countries. Wow. So, that was really nice. And so there's one girl from Germany, one American, one Australian, one Singaporean, and it's me, 5th one Indian. So we all walked for 50 kilometers in one day. Of course, we practiced a lot. We used to practice walks like one day 20 kilometers, other day 18 kilometers. So we would practice a lot. So I think we practiced for 2 months, and then we did finally the 50 kilometer walk. I did a diploma in advanced nutrition and public health. We got to know that we again have to relocate this time to the US. Okay. And we moved in 2022 to Seattle and registered my brand again here in a fresh way. Everything worked out.
Awesome.
And right now I have a lot of clients, a lot of people from Washington and of course in other places of US.
Indians?
Majority of them are Indians. It's very easy for Indians to connect with an Indian nutritionist because, because of I just understand, what exactly happens in your household, which is so similar and, and unlike some other nationality. I'm also an empty nester. Recently, my daughter went to college. She's in college first year. So I think from last 1 year, I have more time now to, give it to my work. And me being me, I think I have again started getting a lot of ideas that how can I expand more my work and how can I make changes in others' life and what best I can do to, do that.
Yeah. It was great to know about your journey so far. There's an increase in the need for business owners to be also content creators.
Of course.
Like you said, that will really help them scale up really quickly.
Absolutely agree to that. People want to know the real you. People want to know who you are as a person. You will definitely be somebody who will be changing someone's life, and the other person has to trust you before the person even chooses whether they want to go ahead with you or not. I have worked so many years with people with actual problems. I literally know what is the reality and what do they need to fix it. Yes, I do quite a lot of things. So I am a community manager, and I have a South Asian women entrepreneurs community where we meet bi-weekly. One meeting is in Bellevue, the other meeting is in Kirkland is what we do. And that community, by God's grace, is becoming bigger and bigger. So in this community, there are a few coaches who are already there, and when I actually look at that what they are doing, they are nowhere on social media. They are nowhere. They don't have any online presence as such. I mean, they probably do create a website. They will create a Facebook page and an Instagram page, but then that's just probably updated 3 months back or just occasional posting. I can actually coach other coaches probably who have just started and they just don't know how to get clients or what exactly to do to help them get the basic visibility. I help these coaches or wellness brands for that matter, health cafes, actually create the initial model for them to get started, to help them, get more outreach. Also teach them what they can do with community. So importance of community, creating a community, how to engage in that community. I think those are the things which probably I have had like a literal hands-on experience, with my so many years of experience. And that's exactly what I want to now give back.
I myself was looking for a nutritionist. He was talking exactly what I needed. We met on a Creators Connect. From my understanding, you help people who are on their weight loss journey.
Yeah.
Anything else any other categories of people you help here? And let's go into the topic of weight loss journey when we get there.
Sure. So I primarily help people how to eat in a balanced way, if I have to put it in simple terms. Okay. Now, eating in a balanced way is different for everybody. It is not like how the textbook says that X amount of carbs, X amount of protein, X amount of fat. It will just keep you healthy. But then if you have certain goals in your life, or you are somebody who is, say, 40 plus, a woman who is going to get into perimenopause state, the entire dynamics changes completely. Okay. So it's very important to eat as per your age, as per your lifestyle, and as per your activity level.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very important to manage. That's when you know how to balance it, and that it's just not about balancing. You can just balance, and you might have the knowledge, but following that consistently is what makes any difference. So I think one of the biggest thing which I notice whenever I talk to people is there is an absolute miss of structure in their eating habits. A lot of times people say, I don't eat my breakfast because I don't get time, so I straight away eat my lunch. I also get people who say, I don't eat, I don't have time to carry anything to work, so I just grab a coffee, and after coffee I'm so full, I don't feel like eating anything, and then I just grab a fruit or something for lunch, but when I come back home, I eat nicely. So which is exactly opposite of what you should be doing, And
something skipping breakfast is good.
Of course not. So it's not like that skipping breakfast is good or bad. It's about what your body is asking for. Okay. Now, say for an example, a 35-year-old woman, if she has PCOS, just an example, okay? So if you have PCOS, you also are insulin resistant. Okay? That means every time when you eat, your insulin spikes up, right? You really don't want your insulin to spike up so much towards the later half of the day. You would rather want to, because you have to balance your insulin. You will have to really make that hormone say that, hey, settle down. So in order to do that, your food has to be very high in protein, okay? You will not let your body eat anything which will give a easy spike of insulin. So you have to eat a lot of protein, you will have to eat a lot of fiber and food which has low glycemic index. So the carbs usually have a high glycemic index or a low glycemic index. So food which has low glycemic index are the food which has more fiber, and that doesn't let your insulin spike so much. It kind of stabilizes your insulin. Okay?
For a fast-paced life, for all the corporate employees, even I work from home, and sometimes I am stuck with work continuously for 5 hours in a day, and I won't be able to move. And all of a sudden, if I have to like cook, put all my energy into cooking, and I will have to be in the kitchen, staying there, focusing on if my onions are burning or not. And I also have to take care of the pings that I'm getting at work. So it's really hard for me to also invest time in just cooking homemade food. Quick ideas for a fast-paced life like this, and that demands more of your attention constantly on screens. I think meal prep is one thing, but yeah, if you could also give us more ideas, that would be great.
Sure. So it's a very good question, Shruti, and this is a very common question. So 99% of my clientele are women who work. Okay. And all of them have the same issue that I really don't have time, because life in countries which is outside India, we have to manage everything on our own. And in this case, if you want to really bring a change to your life in whichever area of your life, you have to manage and you have to pre-plan things. Okay. It cannot be that you open your fridge and you see, oh, I don't have anything to eat, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. So, or you are picking up something which you shouldn't be eating. So the best way to do anything or make any change, in any area of a life, is to bring in some structure and a plan. Is really important. If you are planned, and majority of my clients, they do bulk cooking, and I give recipes to them to do that. So most of them will do a bulk cooking either on a Saturday or Sunday, and again they do another round of bulk cooking maybe on a Wednesday. Again, a lot of people don't really like to eat food which they have kept in the fridge. So what they do is they keep everything ready, so that just before eating they just saute some vegetables, or maybe they've kept the rice already cooked and ready for them to put it in the plate, put it in the microwave, warm it up, and put some, nicely fresh sauteed protein or vegetables or whatever it is into the plate. So that's
So you would advise vegetables or protein to be already like half cooked or fully cooked, and
even you marinate and you keep it, or if you're okay with being cooked. Like I do cook a lot of times in bulk, and I divide it in small boxes and I keep it in the fridge. And it's just very easy for me. I just have to take out the container, put it in the microwave, heat it up, and just eat. So I'm like done with my. I'm done with the portion size, as well as I know what I'm putting into my mouth, and I really don't have to break my head thinking that what am I going to eat. So it's really important to be prepared beforehand. You have to check at the start of the week whether you have enough grocery to go for the whole week, whether you have enough. So if I have mentioned that you have to eat Greek yogurt towards, say, evening snack, you have to make sure that it's there in the fridge, or any kind of snack that has been given to you, as well as your main course food. Everything has to be there. And if you are somebody who feels tired, who feels lazy in cooking, you have to find out one day of the week where you have to invest maybe 2 hours in cooking, cutting, prepping, and keeping things. Buy boxes, put things in it, and put it in the refrigerator. I think that's the best way to look after that. And also to address the part where you said that you work from home, and it sometimes gets difficult to get up 5 hours because you're constantly working, which is again a very common thing. And in these cases, what I usually recommend is buy a standing desk, and don't keep sitting for too long. Keep drinking a lot of water, because that's something that doesn't need any prep. You can soak some chia seeds in the water and keep drinking that water, because chia itself, swells up and it keeps you full for longer. Plus, it has protein and fiber. So that helps you in many things. Or you can just keep small, tiny boxes of maybe almonds, walnuts. Probably buy the almond which has the maximum oil and fat in it, because those are the one which is giving you all your omegas.
It's been 3 months since I follow this habit of soaking chia seeds overnight. I also soak almonds every now and then, like mainly during my PMS. Nuts really help me. And chia seeds, like you said, it makes me feel fuller. So it'll be first thing in the morning, like you said, it's expanded, it has a lot of fiber and protein, it controls my appetite.
Correct.
So as I wake up, I consume these, and I'm good for the first few hours, and also helps me with fasting if I want to continue fasting from the night before.
I also recommend it to people who have constipation. Chia seeds is really, really good, especially the fiber in it. It's really helpful.
That's true. So Lupa, what do you eat in a day?
I don't really have a restriction, but I just know that what food I need to eat at what quantity. Okay. One thing which I really make sure is all my meals has bare minimum 35 to 40 grams of protein. So you cannot really eat all your protein at one go. Your body will not absorb it, so you should always divide your protein. I focus a lot into it, and there is not a single meal I ever eat which doesn't have protein or which doesn't have fiber in it. So I cut my salad and I keep it in the fridge. It's always there. All my proteins are marinated and kept in the fridge. And I just like to cook it fresh just before eating, because it doesn't take really a long time. And a lot of times I just bake it. So even while I'm working, I'll preheat the oven and keep it, and then later I will put the protein and wait for another 25 minutes or 30 minutes, and then I'm done. So
it's not like you just eat protein, right? You have a salad that's fiber.
I eat fiber, I eat protein, and I also eat carbs. Yes. And especially I want to mention this to the listeners is, if you have Hashimoto or if you have hypothyroidism, you really cannot go very low on carbs. Your brain will not function. So you need carbs. Now, choosing what type of carbs and how you are pairing up your carbs really makes a lot of difference. You have to pair your carbs with fiber and protein source. And also the carb that you're eating, that has to have a lot of fiber in itself. So what I recommend is brown rice, which is the best, I would say, if you want to eat rice. White rice is okay, it's fine, but it's also, it just spikes up your sugar. I think had I been in my 30s, I wouldn't have cared it much. But now that as I am, in the I'm 44 right now, and I can see the difference. My body holds on to a lot of water weight if I eat a lot of simple carbs. So I have to make sure that I'm eating a lot of fiber, protein.
So you completely avoid white rice?
Yeah, actually, I don't eat white rice, but it's not that I completely avoid. To be very honest, I do eat it. Like for example, on weekends, if I've gone somewhere, if I really want to eat a biryani, I will eat it, and I enjoy it. It's not that I. So another very important tip, which I really want to tell, and this is about, especially about food, is the narrative that you use in your head, makes a lot of difference in choosing what kind of food that you will. So if you have been asked to follow whatever diet, and you constantly tell yourself that I cannot eat this, I am not allowed to eat this, oh my god, this will be so harmful for me. So that narrative itself is constantly giving you fear, something that you really don't like doing it. Rather than that, if you just change the narrative and start saying, I choose to eat whatever and whenever I want to, I choose not to eat sweet at this moment, I choose not to eat rice at this moment. So that I think makes a lot of difference. And I think I always say this to my clients also, that don't say that constantly, that I'm not allowed. So the same way I eat white rice if I want to, but then there are times when I choose not to eat it also.
Right. Yeah. Like, I'm a big foodie. I cannot live without white rice, especially coming from South Indian family. South Indian families are heavy on white
I'm a
rice.
Bengali, so yeah, I understand. For us also, rice is a staple food.
Yeah, but so to manage, none of the advices have worked for me to completely avoid white rice. So I have started portion controlling, which is I think kind of helping. You can have white rice, but just make sure you have as less as possible in your plate, and cover it with more fiber and proteins.
Correct, yes. And you can also time it out, if you really like eating rice, so maybe you finish your dinner by 6 p.m, eat rice if you want to, and so that you have at least 4 hours time before you actually go to bed, and in these 4 hours your body is going to metabolize and use that. Keep walking, don't just straight away go and sit. I think a bit of walking, a bit of activity after your food, that's fine. And you are young, so you have that thing to your favor, that you really don't have to think a lot about insulin sensitivity, because after 40, even if it is not getting diagnosed, your body becomes insulin resistant. As you keep going towards your menopause, in this entire decade of 40 to 50, our bodies, as you keep growing older and older, your body becomes insulin resistant. Even if it is not getting diagnosed, even if your A1C is within the levels, you are insulin resistant, and you really cannot be, very, very lenient on the carbs. So you have to pull it, and you need to know where to stop. So it's important.
Awesome. And what kind of proteins do you have usually?
Well, I'm a non-vegetarian. I eat fish, eggs, and chicken. So that's my main source. And animal protein, unfortunately, is the only protein which gives you all the aminos. However, you can definitely get a complete protein through vegetarian sources also, but then you need to pair it with other things to make it complete. And one thing which I would like to tell is, people think dal is protein or pulses are protein. It has protein, but it also has carbs, and it also has, there are some dals which will also spike your insulin. So I think the safe bet here for vegetarians are to include maybe a scoop or two of vegan protein powder into their diet. That gives a quick absorption of protein into their body, and also you don't really have to break your head to think what to eat, because like one scoop gives you around 20 grams of protein, or 18 grams of protein comes from one serving. And you can always have 2 servings of protein, as your breakfast. Put some chia seeds, put some, healthy fat into it, maybe an avocado, peanut butter, have some berries into it, and make that a smoothie. And that's the perfect breakfast for a vegetarian. And maybe for your lunch or dinner, you can have paneer, you can have tofu, you can actually make something made out of soy chunks. That's good. Eat brown rice, eat broccoli, eat vegetables which is dark green in color, or dark pigmented vegetables. Those have very high anti-inflammatory properties, and then it just balances out all your requirements. But then going a little easy on carbs, on most of the days of the week is, I think, a good idea.
If you were able to relate to this conversation, watch out for part 4 to find out more information on a personalized program for you.
As I mentioned in the video, I was looking for a nutritionist myself, and I'm very curious to know what programs Lopa has planned or the existing programs that is already successfully running right now. Tell us something about the program Lopa.
Either you choose a group coaching program or a one-on-one program with me. My group coaching program is a 30 days program that I do where I provide everything. I will give all the diet plans for 30 days. I will give all the recipes that you need to follow that diet plan. And my diet plan caters to vegetarian, non-vegetarian, vegan, as well as people from Jain community. Also, my diet plans are very, very, customized or curated, I would say, with the dietary preferences of different region. So I have South Indian menu option and a North Indian menu option there, so that nobody is left out. My group coaching program is designed in such a way that it's like a community. So all the members are in one WhatsApp group, and we kick off the challenge, and everybody starts posting their food pictures, their journey. I also provide exercise plan for a month with my background into exercise, and I'm actually a yoga teacher and a Reiki master as well. So those are the things which I put in all those things, in all my programs. So mindfulness, if you want to follow something, you have to be completely aligned to it. That's really important. So I meet all these participants once a week over a video call, and I listen to them how things are going, and they are most welcome to reach out to me individually if they want to. And I'm always available for them. So that's my 30 days program, and on an average, and I've been doing this from 2017, and I think I have had amazing stories here, which probably you can find out if you look at my LinkedIn or other places. But what happens in this program is you not only lose weight, you can expect to lose around 11 pounds in just 30 days, all naturally, no shortcut at all.
But in order to maintain that weight, you need to also maintain the routine.
Yes, so I teach about sustainability. So when I meet my clients every week, I do mention about the sustainability part as well, how to maintain that. And what I also do while in these 30 days is basically I keep teaching people about time management. I keep teaching people about why it is important for you to plan your day ahead, so that it never becomes overwhelming for you. It's really important. So I said, keep sending reminders to people that, hey, don't forget to do your meal prep. Hey, from tomorrow the diet is changing, so make sure that you have everything in place. Or maybe I will give them an advanced heads up the previous week so that they can get their groceries done on the week. So I am equally participating in this process for all these 30 days. I think that also gives me a lot of energy when I see changes happening in others' life. Apart from weight loss, what people actually also notice is they feel a lot more energetic. And there is no afternoon slump that they feel towards the end of the day. It's not that they are completely drained out of their energy. So I make sure that all the food that they are eating has certain properties which is helping them have more energy, or which is probably helping them not to feel lazy most of the time. It is a program which goes well with all the women in the age group of 30 to 50, because everyone more or less have similar issues. However, if somebody has something specific and they reach out to me and they tell me, I can always guide them that instead of this, you can do that. So I do all those, customization. And the other program is plain and simple one-on-one coaching, so where people just want my time, my attention exclusively for them. So I absolutely curate plans based on their goal, and which is 100% customized, not only based on the goal, but also based on their lifestyle, which is really important. I mean, you can be positive that, okay, I am going to bring the change, but then if you are not really prepared for it, after a day or after a week, you will just give up. So it's really important to align with your reality, what it is at this moment, and why it is important to bring in changes slowly, rather than jumping and getting into that change, because, that's something which is really hard for people to follow and maintain.
Exactly.
So I do a lot of customizations based on that.
Gradual changes is my current challenge. I'm trying to skip to the ideal plan right away, which is I think the incorrect way to do. Making gradual changes is crucial. It won't feel like you are changing your life altogether. It might not be initially that gratifying, so you should not be. I think you should not expect instant gratification here, and just trust the process and have the patience. So yeah, let us know, guys, if any of you watching this video are interested in hiring an Indian nutritionist. We have an expert right here, and let us know.
Thank you.
If is there anything, is there any form or a way for them to reach you, or should I?
I am available on all the platforms. I am on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can also visit my website, and I have a Calendly link there. But I think the best way to reach out to me is sending me a DM either on Instagram or on Facebook.
Okay.
Because I just will get the notification, and then I will guide what is to be done.
Okay, awesome. So there you go, guys. You have all the details. So hit us up if you're in need of a nutritionist, especially an Indian one, because we know that it's very rare. So thank you so much for your time, Lopa.
Thank you so much. It's really my pleasure to have you.
Thank you. And this is a great kickoff for my wellness series. So yeah, personally wanted to thank you for that. And
Thank you.
I got a lot of tips and advice without paying anything. So thanks for that. See you guys on another episode of Wellness.